2008, produced by Warner Brothers Pictures, Legendary Pictures on DC Comics, with distribution also by Warner Brothers Pictures, was that of The Dark Knight. The film featured Batman against the Joker for the fate of Gotham City itself, and was considered a monumental piece of film for the early 2000s, and one of the few examples of premier superhero-themed movies prior to the establishment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man in the same year of 2008. However, within earlier drafts of the film, during the part of the feature where the Joker assembled mob bosses representing different cliques of crime from different regions of Gotham City to kill the Batman for a bounty, he speaks with their representatives. While one of the bosses agrees to the offer presented, another boss by the name of Gambol refuses to accept the offer and calls it madness. Deciding to reverse the situation on the Joker, Gambol then decides to put a bounty on the Joker himself instead. $1 million for any who were to capture him alive so he could personally kill him, on half the amount being that of $500,000 for capturing him dead. The Joker gets upset with his rival bid against his plans for the Batman and decides to leave the organized crime officials to consider the offer he put out for the Dark Knight. Later, Gambol is in his hideout while being notified by some of his henchmen that the Joker is dead and that the body is being brought to him for the money. Seeing how everything is in order, Gambol is about to pay the men when the Joker suddenly is alive, and the men take Gambol's own henchman hostage. The Joker then holds Gambol and threatens him with his knife, telling him how as a boy his drunken father gave him his Glasgow smile before slashing Gambol in the face. As a result of the slashing, Gambol dies. As according to information now known, this was how the minor villain of Gambol was originally supposed to die in the film. However, at the time when people learned of the original concept for Gambol within The Dark Knight, the circumstances depicted in the film for his death, they found it somewhat different from the tone of the rest of the feature, especially with such a minor character as Gambol. 10 years later, in 2018, the actor who played Gambol, Michael Jai White, later revealed that the original lost scene for Gambol in which he died wasn't supposed to have happened. Instead, the actor claimed that Gambol was supposed to have survived the encounter with the Joker, only having a scarred face from the Joker's slashing. Further speculations from Michael Jai White had it that the character could have been brought back for a future Batman sequel at the time, but due to miscellaneous circumstances, these scenes or plans for Gambol were later removed during the production of the film. Michael Jai White later commented that he was never exactly told why these plans were abandoned, but possibly the reasons were due in part to the untimely death of Heath Ledger, the actor who had played the Joker within the film. Sometimes a character can be forgotten due to the fact that an actor had unfortunately passed away, and as a result, possible plans for a minor character were changed.